Hello, you're watching ERi-TV and welcome to English News Broadcast. These are the top stories. 93 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students exerting efforts to produce competent youth. The global COVID-19 case and death toll continue to rise. And more than 7,000 families flee after massacre in northern Burkina Faso. The local news. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 93 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today at quarantine centers in the central, southern, Gashbarka and Ansaba regions. Out of this, 43 patients are from quarantine centers in Asmaram Central region, 31 patients are from quarantine centers in Mendefara 15, Dakmahara 13, Maimana 1, Adwala 1, and Araza 1 Southern region. 14 patients are from quarantine centers in Barantu 5, Alligator 5, Adibara 4, Gashbarka region. The last 5 patients are from quarantine center in Karen Ansaba region. On the other hand, 152 patients who will be receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the Central 85, Northern Red Sea 56, Ansaba 6, and Southern Red Sea 5 regions have fully recovered and have been discharged from these facilities. And the total number of recovered patients to date has accordingly risen to 4,206, while the number of deaths is 14. And the total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 4,690. Ministry of Health, Asmaram, June 9, 2021. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students reported that it is exerting efforts to produce competent youth that makes an impact in the nation-building process, stating that the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students that was established in 1978 in Karen under the auspices of the EPLF. Mr. Saleh Ahmeddin, chairman of the union, said the union is working to play due part in the overall development of the youth by designing strategic plan, pointing out that more than 200,000 youth organized in various clubs across the country are contributing due part in the implementation of the national development drives. Mr. Saleh called for strengthening organizational capacity for better outcome. Regarding vocational and academic capacity of the youth, Mr. Saleh said that currently there are 27 youth training centers across the country, and training program has been organized to over 100,000 youth in 18 fields. Mr. Saleh also said the union is in cooperation with the Ministry of Education and other stakeholders is providing various awards to outstanding students that scored high marks in the National School Living Examination and is making modest contribution in supporting needy citizens as well as in the national development programs, including in the summer work program and others. The news has branched in the 6 regions of the country and 1 in higher education institutions and so on. The Livestock and Crops Authority reported that it has created job opportunity to over 1,500 citizens in its projects in Dibarwa subzone. According to Major Kibra Abraham, the beneficiary citizens are from Halhala administrative area and are engaged in the preparation of land for cultivation, preparation of animal fodder, as well as in vegetables cultivation, among others. According to reports, beyond creating job opportunity, the Livestock and Crops Authority is working to develop livestock and crops both in quality and quantity. The beneficiaries commended for the job opportunity they were provided and expressed readiness to create similar activities in their backyards and contribute their part in the livestock and crops development. Now back with international news after a short break. Welcome back. The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases globally surpassed 174.9 million today, with the death toll exceeding 3.7 million. The number of recovered patients has exceeded 158 million, this according to World Meters. The Biden administration plans to donate 500 million Pfizer coronavirus vaccine doses to about 100 countries over the next 2 years. This according to a person familiar with the matter. The United States will purchase 200 million shots this year and 300 million in the first half of next year. It will donate them to 92 lower-income countries and the African Union. As a devastating second wave of COVID-19 ebbs with less than 100,000 new cases reported today, India is now battling a new scare. Macromycosis, commonly referred to as black fungus, is a rare fungal disease with a high mortality rate. India's Health Minister Harsh Vardhan said the country had more than 28,000 cases of the fungal infection. While black fungus has been found in India before, the current spike in infection is among people infected with COVID-19 and those who have been recovered from the disease. More than 7,000 families have fled their homes in Burkina Faso's northern region following the area's worst in years. This is according to the government. The mass flight came after gunmen killed at least 138 people and wounded dozens of others in an attack on Salhan village in Yaga province last Friday. In Geneva, UNHCR spokesman Babar Baloch told the number of people fleeing violence at about 3,300 people, including more than 2,000 children and nearly 500 women. Baloch said the death toll of 138 made the attack the deadliest since 2015. The country's prime minister said the attack would not go unpunished, adding that extra forces had already been deployed in the region. The slaughter in Solhan followed the killing of 14 people in the village of Tadayart in the same region, where an armed group linked to Al-Qaeda and ISIS have been targeting civilians and soldiers. Japan's Foreign Minister Toshimitsu Motegi said today that he aimed to hold talks with Australia's foreign and defense ministers on strengthening bilateral cooperation to raise the two countries' security ties to new levels. Motegi made the comment at the start of a meeting via video conferencing between foreign and defense ministers from Japan and Australia. Motegi and Defense Minister Nobuto Kashi attended a video conference with Australian Foreign Minister and Minister for Women and Australian Defense Minister at Foreign Ministry in Tokyo, Japan today. That's it for today, and now let's remind you the top stories. 93 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students exerting efforts to produce competent youth. The global COVID-19 case and deaths still continue to rise. And more than 7,000 families flee their massacre in northern Burkina Faso.